I am sure you enjoyed that. You guys were so smart. Oh, how did you come up with those outfits?
All of them were customized. We made perfect size.
Eh?
And myself, we want to thank the guys who dressed up. One of them is called Dorothy. Really appreciate the work you did for us. And then my friend Muhomuza Matthias did a very good job. So I think we are smart because those guys took our details serious.
Yes. Anyways, now the longer waited time is here. Please share with us how and when you guys met.
Wow, it's quite a long story. And we have different dimensions. But yeah, I'll just try to be because it's funny. I was seated in our university. We are at the university, that's where we met. So I was seated in a compound. And I was seated with two friends. Like we are seated. They were both ladies. And they were my classmates. So I had seen her pass by before. But this time, she was really dressed so smartly. She usually walks alone. She doesn't have so many friends. So she was walking alone, smiling.
Smiling alone?
Yes, like she's always smiling.
I know.
Catwalk, and I loved the way she was walking. Like the world belonged to her.
Aww.
And I was amused at this life in her. She's full of life everywhere she is. And she's happy about things all the time. So I was amused. And I thought this, guys, I think I like that girl. It's my second time seeing her walking. I like how she walks. And I like,
If we had space here, you would show us.
So I spoke, and when a word is out of the mouth, you can't take it back. So this friend said, are you sure? Like, yeah. And they said, can we go and tell her what you're saying? The brave man, I said, you know what? I can tell her myself. So they actually went and asked her. And she came. And she came and said, this guy was saying certain things here. But I was a bit confident. And I told her I really love smile, and I would love to get to know you as a friend. She will tell you what she said. But she wasn't intrigued. She was like, but she wasn't much interested. So next time I actually sat in the same place just to make sure she notices that I am there. This time I asked, I would love to get to know you. Can you share your phone number? And she will tell you why. She says she gave out the number because people, guys were always asking for the number. She said, just give the number.
I think that's the first time we met, and the first time I saw him, I didn't know him. He's not someone he's someone you have to know and understand. You have to take time and learn. So I think God prepares us for these things, because that day maybe I could have known that that's the day I'm going to meet my husband, literally. But the day before I met him, I was, it's where he used to sit. It was like a square in the middle of the university where there are those seats where everyone sits. So I used to pass by there when I'm either going to class or to hostel or to the kitchen to get food. So one day in the evening, I was rushing somewhere, and some guy was like, I want to give me your number. What? We took too much time me explaining why I shouldn't give him my number. So I said, when these guys ask, I'll just give them so that I save their number, not pick it, so that I don't waste time. Now the next day is when I met him. I was walking and I was ambushed by girls who were too excited. They were so excited. Hey, yet I don't know them. Hello, someone wants to talk to you. Now, when you're a girl and you're on your way and you're hijacked, someone wants to talk to you, like, who the hell is that? Who is that? And why do they have to send people? So they came and he was seated somewhere. And you, of course, you know how he normally is.
Lying confident.
Yeah. So I looked at him.
Composure.
I looked at him. Of course, you know, when you're a girl, you have dreams of men, and you know how girls dream. How many feet, how many broad, all that. So when I looked at him, he was a basic young man. So I just looked, like he told you, I was not really interested. I just looked. So when I looked at him, then the girls were keeping us going when they were engaging us. So he ended up asking for my number. Eventually, it happened. I just gave for the reason that I had earlier stated. So we left, and he kept on calling. Okay, he called like after 3 days. Now I had already planned. I saved the number, and I had planned that when he calls, I'll not pick, or I would say I'm busy doing something. He called the first time, I didn't pick. He called the second time, I picked, and hi, how are you? You know, I was doing this. Oh, okay. I was saying hello. Yes. So we went on growing like that, like that. He used to call. He used to call. He used to call at least every week. He used to call, and he was consistent. He used to sit in the same place.
Just watch you walk.
In the same place for the entire time I was at university. And I used to, whenever I was going for lunch coming from class, because the university was not so wide. So whenever I was coming from class to go to hostel, I used to pass by where he used to sit. So you could not dodge him as long as he was on campus. And whenever you're passing, he would call you, hi. And me, okay, despite all things, I am a social person. Somehow I even talk to people I don't know. So I'd be like, hi. You know, and our course was a busy course. You just have like an hour to have lunch. So I tell him, you know, I am rushing. I have to go and eat. Then I go back to class. But I've seen him and we have interacted, even if it is for like 1 or 2 minutes. So it was like that, like that, like that. So days on weekends where I wouldn't have class, he used to sit in the same place. Even if he used to chair discussions, he would bring them in the same place. So even when I changed hostel and I went outside, that is where I used to pass. So when you're passing, either you will see him and he will call you, or you will see him, hi. And somehow you'd end up spending time with him, even if you didn't plan. You'd be there, hello, hello, oh, let's go here. Let's walk here. You know, now Entebbe was a very good place for us. It has beaches, it has restaurants, it has hotels. Let me take you here. We never used to plan, but you just end up in somehow on a lake shore. You end up somewhere. So yeah, I used to like those things, and I also used to like the comfort around him. I never used to be worried about anything. You know, there are times we date men when you're like, now the lipstick charm, yeah. Now akakowe ka good day. So you're worried now. My hair is shabby. He can't see me like this. With him, anywhere I was okay. So we went on growing our friendship like that. Of course, at that time, I used to have those other boys who used to be there. But when he was there and he was giving you that care and that comfort, there's a time I had flu. At that time, there's a guy who called me and I told him, I have flu. He had my voice. I said, oh, why you come with this? Say, no, I'm not coming. He called me because he used to always call. I told him I have flu. He came with juice, the best. He came with some very soft banana cake. Let me tell you, sometimes you have things you have a person you like, but there's someone you need. Your life needs that person, and he was always there and always the same. And whenever I used to see him, I would know that my lunch is covered. You know, campus. And he would take me to the best restaurant where lecturers used to eat. We would do that. We would do that. Only young people there.
Anyway, just to make the story short. What I get, I think as men, you always get to know that I need this person, and I think sometimes we don't make the decision because we are not certain. There's a person who makes you feel like I am in the right place. So she made me feel like that. She didn't like me, Actually, I was doing that to her as a friend. No longer, we had left that chapter because I talked to her that I like her. She told me I am not really interested in a relationship. I must study, but she was clear. But the way she kept me warm and feel like as a social person. I think one thing that I did, and I think one day she allowed me to go to where she was staying. And I'm a crafty person. I love doing things with my hands. So I noticed something. I think that's one of the things that really excited her. When I noticed, I myself, I made this, to make this. And I went back home and did it with my hands. It was wooden. And I brought it to her, and she was very
What did you do?
This thing where they hang,
hang line for clothes.
and it was unique.
Made by me.
Made, and he also brought the hangers that I'm supposed to put on.
But
he also bought me a carpet. I don't know whether he remembers.
But I was doing them for her because she appreciated my presence. Not we didn't know that we would even. I actually wonder how we got here, but we didn't know. But she made me feel glad and comfortable. However, as our story unfolded, I realized that she wasn't interested. Not because she did that. She needed to consult. So she just tells me recently, I took all the time. Like a year, I was around for like a year, like almost 2 years. She was talking to her parents. Like this, like this. And I love that about her, that she thought and she put all of us on a scale, and she shared with her mother. And what would I ask for better than that? So by the time we got into these whole functions, I was approved before I even knew.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Because I used to wait. There is this guy who's like this, he does that, he does this. And why don't you pick that one? That's what they used to tell me. So time passed. Yes, time unfolded like that, and even you also mature with time. So in that time, I was growing and knowing now this is what I need. I need a man who is like this. Like I told you, when you're young, you're dreaming. But then you come to life when you grow up, and you see now I need a man who is kind. I need someone who is going to be there. Someone who is going to say, last time nakuteka msente zange. Someone who is going to overcalculate. Yes, someone who is there. Like anytime you call them, you're something to them. That's what I needed.
And who sees you?
Okay. We will need to take a look at your reception. Dear viewer, please let's take a look at the reception. This show returns in a bit. Please don't change the station.
Sunshine, you're my best times, you're my anomaly, and I'd choose you in 100 lifetimes. I'd choose you in 100 worlds. I'd find you. And I'd say I do for the rest of my life. With all that I have, I do. And I will, when the sky is falling, I promise you I'm all in. No every day, every moment, every breath you take. I choose you. This is more than just a wedding. This is etched into eternity. With our union, we will move mountains. We will.
Okusooka okwaniriza omugenyi waffe omukulu mukyala Serata nyabwe tusanyuse bagola abapya mu Kampala okuwulira obugombe nga buyita ku nteerero lyabwe yaffe njagala okwaniriza mukyala wange omulungi ono ndi musanyufu nnyo nti mukyala wange taata bwe yatujjukiza nti omubeezi w'amaanyi nnyo njagala omubeezi wange ono ngaasooka okubabuuzaako muwule ku ddoboozi mujja nakutegeera lwaki nalonda ye
nnyo ddala okusanyukira wamu nammwe mukama w'amaanyi eyateekateeka kino ate era n'akikola akitukoledde tubadde ennaku byaffe naye ng'ebintu bitambula naliyira nasirinawo naye nga mpulira ebintu bitambula nenkomawo nga nyina kulonda bulonzi nti olugoye lwenjagala engakoze njagala kino kyenjagala ono biko ajakola kugamba nebaza Mukama nebaza Katonda olw'omwami wange ono omulungi mwesimbu buli lunaku olukya ndabira ddala nga bwenamukkiriza nasalawo obulungi ate era mutuufu sejjusangako yadde olunaku n'olunaku era nebaza Mukama era musaba nti akikuumenga bwatyo weebale okukola ku kyosuubiza ate era weebale okukwatanga princess babitegeka naye nze sibitegedde nnyo baddenga nondawo bulonzi nti kino kiri ngagamba towestressinga gwe okulaba ng'olya ng'ojirira ng'obeera oke bino ebirala tubitulekere so nebaza Katonda kubanga ye amanya ekirungi nga ffe tetunnakimanya kuba nalinga naye ebbanga naye nga nga we mulaawo ensiraba nti oyo omulungi gwe nalindi naye ate bwe namumanya neendabanga nina omukisa okubeera nga nayagala omuntu omulungi nga ye era nalabanga Mukama ebintu bye byewuunyisa kuba n'engeri gye twasiriikanamu naye yeewuunyisa yajja okuba nnyonnyola naye Mukama mwebaza ate era mumwebaliza ayongere ng'omukuuma bane mwebale kumwagala mwebale maama mwebale okuzaala omwami omulungi ng'ono ate era n'omukuza batwalina kutya kuba ebiseera ebisinga obukumu bwe abujja kuggwa era ebintu ebisinga byali abiri olwakumu era bane tukwebaza nnyo ddala nabo bonna abakuze nabo abamugambye nti tokola bwoti wabula kola wooti bonna abamuwabudde nga bane tubeebaza mwebale kumwagala kubanga nti obulamu bwange bwonna ndabye okwagala kungi kuye ate era ndabye omuntu ayagalwa abantu Bane mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala naye namwebazaako ensusu mwebale okuteesa ekitiibwa omwaka obulungi webale byonna byonna byokoze webale okunjagala nga bwendi kubanga yembadde naye nga ndinze sitakakawonedde kuzaabuzaawa mbeera nze naye nga bwoli mwakwagala bane nkyebaliza mukama ate era mwebaza nti no mukama wa when God guides he provides because mukama kino kintu kye ebintu ebisinga tubikola naye nga bintu bya katonda era obugabirizi n'abutuwa because it is his will for it to be mwebaza bane nebaza nnyo nebazadde bange nebaza nnyo mama wange ne taata wange kubanga ebiseera ebisinga bwe nasikolanga okusalawo taata wange ng'abeera so objective ngabuuzankana n'akabuuza but this particular decision is the only decision I ever made in my life n'atambuuza teyambuuzako ti nayoyo obuseko nayoyo obuvuluka teyabuuza wadde ebisigadde abuuza kagibeere emirimu nga he's so sensitive bwogenda okukola alina okubanga amanyiwo nti wali safe 100%. Buli kimu asooka nakiyitero but this is one decision that I made and he trusted me with it. Banaye nkwebaza okunneesiga okusalawo obulungi. Nebaza n'abaganda baffe bonna baba baffe be twakula nabo abatulaza nga tuli baana bato. Tefune twakula nga babejja
Oh, what a beautiful reception. Wow. Mutia, how were you able to pull out that?
The Lord was at work. I think I told her I didn't have the right proposal, but I told her I wanted to marry. And she wanted to get married. She was actually, I love one thing about her, she's particular. So we made the decision, we picked the dates, and we started praying. We made the card. I think the first card was to God the Father, Son, and the
Holy Spirit to be the guest of honor.
Amen.
After we prayed,
Wow.
we just saw things happen.
Mm.
We didn't that whole lovely wedding as you can see or you see it. We didn't have a hand. People just came in for us. We didn't have many meetings. We got the best service provider. It was lovely, and our real dream came to life. So,
Good weather, we had zero stress. Actually, people were perturbed why we were not stressed until maybe the week that stressed us a bit was the last week, because now you have to go here, you have to do this, you have to do that, those last things you have to finish, these pictures, what, but we weren't stressed and people were concerned. Yet for us, we knew somehow we had peace in us. We knew that everything will be well.
I think Psalm 37 verse 4 says, the light in the Lord will give you the desires of your heart. And verse 5, commit your ways to him. Trust him and he will act. That's the confidence.
We were already working in the finished works. The wedding was already done. Yeah.
Amen. Please give us your parting shots. I must say it's been a great pleasure to host you here. I know the viewer was blessed by that.
My parting shots, I would think I would say two things. One was a word from a wise woman who told me that there is nothing in this world that has value except the one that you give it. If you're there and you're looking at marriage as the way you will find value, that's wrong. Marriage is the value that you give it. This ring doesn't have much value in it until I give this ring the value it deserves. My wife is here. She's my wife because I saw her and gave her value myself, and she also allowed me the value in her life. So marriage is just a place where two people give each other value and they give their relationship first place. Then the other parting shot I would say is to the men. It's always told the ladies, no, the ladies know what they want, but so many men don't know. We actually suffer because we don't know what we want. You think every single lady is yours, you know. So I'm requesting us young men that know what you want. I actually didn't just learn in Florence. I knew what I want, and with time, actually, my decision to marry Florence was when after I visited her home, her family, and I realized that, hey, so this is the kind of in-laws, this is the kind of upbringing, this is the kind of faith that I want to have. So it matched with what I wanted from a woman. So, gentlemen, we also need to know what we want. Not everything that you see around is worth settling for. And don't settle for less. Settle for the value that you appreciate.
Wow. Florence, please, your parting shot.
My parting shot is basically for us, the ladies. I think we have to let the men have the wives they have found, because it's the man that finds a wife. It is not us, the women, that go out looking for them. They find us. So sometimes you glue yourself onto a man that has not found their wife in you. No matter, even if you put on yellow, even if you plait yellow hair, you're not going to become the wife they found. You're not going to become their wife. But you have to allow that man who found the wife in you to have their wife. Because, okay, I don't know any better way to explain it, but it is a man that finds a wife. So if they have found their wife in you, you take time and learn them, but you have your position as a wife in their life, which you might not have in another person's life who has not found you as their wife.
And let me be realistic. Your lists. My wife is a big, but she's very realistic. As much as she wanted a man who is, but she was realistic about her qualities and the kind of.
Okay. Well, dear viewer, today on our Before I Do tips, we have Twinya Shorts who will be sharing with us a few insights on how to choose a photographer or what challenges you may face if you don't get the right person to do your photography. Thank you very much for loving how we met, and thank you for loving me, your world's favorite host. I'll see you again next Sunday, same place, same time. Yeah.
So when choosing a good photographer, besides getting that good photographer off Instagram and whatnot, you need to arrange a physical meetup. Because just like they say, first impression matters. When you meet this kind of person, you might be able to say that, okay, this person might deliver or they may not deliver. Because with photography, it is twofold. You might get to the person, and when it's just an individual, maybe they are running as a person. And with such a person, chances of delivery might be so low. But when you get to a person who is running as a company or is running a photography business, at least you're certain that you have something to hold liable in case something doesn't come out to be right. That is, you need to meet them in their business premises and get to measure that is the money that you're paying this person worth the service that they are going to pay, because it can be quantified in different aspects, basing on the workmanship they have in their workplace, basing on basically on their capacity. You might get into an office that basically has one table, no computer, and they claim to be a photographer. You get into an office of someone who has no camera in that particular office, ideally. There are some things that bring up question marks whenever you get to meet this person. So you need to schedule or you need to arrange a meeting with the photographer before you make a booking, regardless of if this person has been referred by some other person, because you also need to assess whether this person is worth and fit to be the photographer at your event or not.